Hi, I'm Valerie, and I always wanted to start a food channel on YouTube. One reason is because I see a lot of people talking about their recipes, and I'm always talking about mine, and I wanted to share my cooking, my recipes, and just everything about me. Not everything about me, but as far as my food, my company is called Just Like Mama's Soul Food and Wings. One reason why I added wings on there because I'm like dynamite at wings. Well, at least my mom says so. And my son is doing the recording, and I always wanted to do something with him because he loves his mama and he loves my cooking. And the background of my cooking is my grandmother, of course, and my mom, and a big part is my dad because my dad really loves cooking. And so it sounds funny, like just like mama's, but it's a combination of all three of those people. I just put a spin on what they've taught me, and I've elevated some things too. I also took some of my daughter's recipes and put them into my soul food. So soul food to me is not just smothered pork chops, oxtails, chitlins. It's more. And so today is coming from the soul. Regardless of what you're cooking, soul food is something that's coming from the soul. But before I get started on what I'm cooking today, I want to definitely introduce you to my videographer, my son, and my booth. He's right there. Michael, say hello.
Hey y'all, it's Michael right here. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, that's him. Yes, and that's my buddy. And so today I'm going to be cooking my very first YouTube special, starting my YouTube channel. My very first is baked chicken and broccoli. I'm not sure if I'm going to add cheese to it yet. My son loves cheese on his broccoli, but we also like it charred. So my broccoli is going to be a little bit of combination of what everybody is used to, but my daughter started charring hers in the oven, and I took on that ever since. My brother said to me one time that he doesn't eat broccoli, but the first time eating broccoli is when I cooked it. So I want to show you guys a simple way to make it like really good, and people who you would think that doesn't like broccoli, they would actually start eating it. So let's get started. I've already started with the broccoli. I have steamed broccoli from the frozen broccoli. You can also do it fresh and just put a little bit of water in a pot and steam the broccoli a little bit. But I like the steamables because it's quick and it's easy. I'm also a teacher, so I just got off from work, so I want to have something quick that I can make for my family. So what I did is I put 2 bags in the microwave and steamed them up according to the directions. And it's bird's eye steamed broccoli, frozen broccoli. And I put it in this bowl. After I put it in the drainer, I put it in this bowl so it can drain off of some of the water on it, because you don't want any water because it's going in the oven. This is cooked already. You can eat it just like this. You can just put some salt, pepper, a little bit of butter on it and eat it just like this. But we're going to elevate it. We're going to make it charred and delicious for, like, most husbands don't really care for broccoli. I promise you, if you're a female and you have a husband or a significant other and they don't like broccoli, trust me, they'll probably eat this broccoli. I'm sure they'll eat this broccoli because my brother, he really does not care for many vegetables, and especially broccoli, and he eats this broccoli. So anyway, I'm going to get started because I'm talking too much. But this is broccoli, like I said, steamed broccoli, no seasoning at all on it, not yet. What I normally do is I put in here some garlic powder, some onion powder, salt, and pepper. That's it. That's it. 4 seasonings in here. I'm going to sprinkle it. And how much? I just put a half a teaspoon of each one of those things that I just mentioned. I'm going to sprinkle it on top of the broccoli. And then I'm going to add some olive oil. Probably like maybe a teaspoon, or maybe a little bit more than a teaspoon. maybe a teaspoon and a half. I'm not really measuring this. I'm one of those people that's hard to get a recipe from. So, but I can tell you around about what I've done. So that's what I'm doing now. And if you see that it's not coated in the olive oil, you can also sprinkle a little bit more on there, because I see some pieces that are glistening, meaning that the olive oil has taken its toll on the broccoli. But I also see some that's not. So I just added probably just like a little bit more of olive oil to that. What I'm going to do now, I have this pan already ready. One of my favorite cookie sheets. That's what we usually call it. Already ready. I preheated my oven to 375. I'm sorry, I should have said that in the beginning. But again, this is my first time. But you want to separate it because you don't want it to steam again. You want it to get like this char like look on it, so it can be almost crispy, but not too crispy, because again, it's going with baked chicken. I'm not making any starches today. I'm trying my best to eat healthy. This is not the healthiest meal, but it's no carbs. I'm not making any carbs. So, I'm sorry, I had the bowl in the way. My son, of course, that's my ace coon. He's going to tell me, Mom, get that bowl out of the way. So, anyway, this is my broccoli, and it's already seasoned. All I did was folded it over, and you want to get them, like, separated so they won't get, because if they're really close, they'll just continue to steam, and they won't get that crispy texture that you're looking for. And that's what the olive oil does for it. It makes it, any oil, you can use any oil. I personally like canola, but my daughter started me with the olive oil because she said it's more healthier. So I want to take the healthier version for that. So it's going in the oven at 375. Usually this can char really well for like 30 minutes. But what we do is we cook it for like 15 minutes in the oven, and then we turn it on for 10 minutes on broil, on high broil or low broil, whichever one works. But if you put it on high broil, you must watch it. You must keep up with it.
So when you doing that, do you ever like have to like toss them over, like turn them over?
No, we don't turn it over, because if we do, then it'll be charred all the way through. So I don't know if my daughter does that or not, but I don't usually do it. I just make sure that it gets charred a little bit on the broccoli, and then I serve it like that. But I'm gonna put it on the top rack because I'm making chicken as well. So I'm gonna put it in the oven right now, and it's on 375, and I'm gonna try to keep it in there for like 15 minutes, like I said, and then turn it on broil while I get the chicken ready. All right, so I'm gonna get started on the chicken right now. So now I'm gonna start the chicken. I put on gloves. These are a must-have in the kitchen, especially dealing with poultry. Chicken is very dangerous. It has if you cross-contaminate that meat, any meat really, but chicken is like high, and you can get food poisoning, and you don't want that. You don't want your stomach to start hurting and stuff. I've been food poisoned before, not by my own food, but by somebody else's. So anyway, I have the gloves on. I always put them on when dealing with chicken. Like if you ever see me, if I don't have gloves in the house, I'm not cooking chicken. Just that simple. But anyway, I'm going to get started on the chicken. Again, I've already cleaned this chicken. Like I've washed it, pulled extra fat off of the chicken, and I put it in a bowl. I put it in a bowl. In this bowl, I have all my seasonings in here. Most of the things that are in here are tablespoons. I have garlic powder. Again, I love garlic powder, so you're going to see that a lot in my cooking. Onion powder, parsley. Michael, don't just get my face. Get the bowl.
Oh.
Thanks, son. I have parsley in here, cayenne pepper, and paprika. I can never say that word correctly. My daughter, I have a 3-year-old as well, 23-year-old, 17-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So she's a running back and forth. So you guys are gonna hear her in the background probably forever because she's home when I'm home. It's just like that. But I am a mom, and I salt and pepper is in here as well. So, but this is Winter. Her name is Winter, And that's my baby. So you'll hear her in the background. And I'm going to add these seasonings. What I normally do, Michael, come this way.
Okay, mommy.
I just pour the whole thing in here. Like I have this spoon now because I'm trying to be fancy. But I usually just pour the whole thing in here. And the reason why I wear gloves is so I can massage. And I say massage because if you ever give me somebody a massage, that's literally what I'm doing with the seasoning. I'm massaging those seasonings in the chicken because it makes it more flavorful if every piece gets the seasoning, not just the ones that you poured it onto. I put just a tad bit of canola oil in here because I put it on the chicken previously before recording this because I like my chicken extra crispy. You don't have to do that. That's just something that I do. In the pan already, I literally cut up a whole chicken. I cut the whole chicken up. One reason you'll probably learn to my husband, Will. I sent him to the store to get one thing, and he always ends up with the opposite. So he brought a whole chicken back, and of course, my parents taught me how to cut a whole chicken. So I know how to cut it, and so that's what we have today, a whole chicken cut up here in the bowl. So I am mixing this. I'm going to place it in the pan.
So these are the pieces, like what piece of the chicken are they?
You have some gizzards in there, some livers, which they're gonna be overcooked. I just like to cook them because honestly, once they get so overcooked, I like to literally sit and crunch on them. Like they're not a part of my dinner. Like thank you for asking that, Michael, because I meant to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And so that is the chicken. Now, I'm not done with this because there's still some seasonings in the bowl. And I don't know if you can see, but there are some pieces that did not get seasoned on them very well. So I'm taking those seasonings out of the bowl and putting it onto the chicken. Okay? So I'm going to take off my gloves now. I always put them in the bowl because that way I can just come back through and clean up. I took my gloves off and I'm going to wash my hands. Because even though I had gloves on, I just always feel like something got on my hands. I'm just, I don't know. I don't want to use the word paranoid, but I am cautious when it comes to poultry, like I said. This is some more olive oil, the same olive oil. You don't have to use this brand, but this is what I had in the cabinet. And I'm going to put this on top. Why? You might ask, why are you putting olive oil on the baked chicken if you're trying to eat healthy? I'm not, honestly, this is not a healthy meal, but it's close to what I'm going to do today because I have, I'm trying to eat low carbs, low to no carbs, and today is one of the days where I'm eating no carbs. So the chicken is, has skin on it. So to make this meal healthy, do not pull this. You can pull the skin off if you didn't buy it like that. You can pull the skin off and then you can cook the chicken the same way that I'm cooking it, the same seasonings, because those seasonings does not have any fat in it or anything like that. I use kosher salt and cracked black pepper on my seasoning. So I put the olive oil on top so I can make my skin crispy. That's just me. If you're gonna have baked chicken, I want to have it with all the flavor and all the crispiness. I don't want to. If I'm gonna try to not stay away from the fried foods, I gotta like at least try to do it in the oven myself. And I'm gonna also show you guys how to do it without any skin on it too. We can still make it crispy and we can still have good flavor. Even the skin does not have to be there. All right. So I'm gonna put this in the oven. It's on 375. This cooks for me. Most people can cook this in 35 minutes, but for me, and that's why I'm here to talk about me and the way that I cook. I'm gonna cook mine for 45 minutes to an hour. One reason is because I love my chicken done. Like no pink or none of that. Not, it's not gonna be pink on my chicken, like period. You know, it's usually chicken is done at 165, but my chicken usually goes over a little bit, like maybe like by 170. So I'm gonna put it in the oven for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna check it, and then I'll if it looks like it's not to my liking, then I'll put it back in. But I'm sure like 45 minutes usually does it when you cut it open. But when you put a whole chicken in there, it needs to go like an hour and a half. But I'm going to put it in the oven right now, and then we're going to come back. And when I come back to show you, I'm going to have a plate, and I'm going to plate it for you right on live. All right? See you soon. Hi, I'm back. And everything is done. It took about 40 to 50 minutes altogether. What I normally do is once the 40 minutes is up with the chicken, I put it on broil for about maybe 5 minutes. You can do 10 minutes if you do it on low broil, but I do it on 5. And one reason I do that is so I can make it brown. Brown, they always say that color is flavor, and I believe that. So to seal in all the color and make it look really pretty, I love food to look beautiful. So that's one reason I turn it on, and it makes it more crispy too. I'm gonna tap it so you can hear it. That's crispy chicken in the oven. All right, that's that olive oil. So what you can do, and one reason you probably saw the aluminum foil on here is once it comes out, you can let it sit like this for like 10 minutes. Put the aluminum foil on it, and your breast will not be dried out. Your breast will stay juicy, and I don't know if you can see that, but juice is like literally pushing out of the breast meat, and that is due to the aluminum foil. Once it comes out, that's the trick to having juicy white meat. So once it comes out of the oven, as soon as it comes out, cover it with aluminum foil for about 10 minutes, and then all of the juices will stay in there instead of falling out in the pan. Another way to do it is you can do this, and some people have basters. I really am not thrilled about them because I don't like the way they look. I don't know. It's just a pet peeve. But you can just get the chicken is still crispy. Get the hot juices and put on top of it. And Michael's laughing. I don't know why. But that's one of his little quirks. So that's one of the things that I do with the chicken. Now I'm going to plate it. I finished the broccoli as well, and it is charred. This is what I mean when I say charred. It has some brown pieces in here and some black pieces in here. My daughter, my oldest, turned me on to this right here, and ever since then I can't really have broccoli like any other way. Unless I go to a restaurant, and of course they have broccoli, they just steam it. But if I could get it this way every time, I would love it. So this is what I consider when I say charred broccoli. And I'm just going to fix up a plate to show you guys how I do it. Excuse me for stuttering so much. I'm excited, especially about my first video. And so this will be a plate. I made 2 bags, and you see how once you put it in the oven, it shrinks. That's why I made 2 bags, because my mom is headed over, and she loves to eat. So, excuse me, Mom. Didn't try to throw you under the bus like that, but I did. So I'm going to get the breast because my husband loves breast meat. And so I'm going to put it here. And you can get some juices and just add it on, and it'll be on the plate. But that is my no carb, skin on baked chicken dinner. That's it. And so you can add hot sauce to it, which that's probably what I'm going to eat because I love hot sauce or whatever. But this is it. And I thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. And God bless you. God is the the captain of my life and in this household. Thank you again for watching my very first video. And this is broccoli, charred broccoli, and baked chicken. Thank you.